Can you actually separate the singer from the song? Maybe not, when that singer-songwriter has a very distinct voice that blends so well with her genre. And that's no other than the beautiful and very talented, multi-awarded singer-songwriter, Glisha Dela Cruz. Welcome to the show, Glisha. How are you today?
Hello, I am so good. Thank you so much for welcoming me onto the show. I'm very excited to talk all things music and anything else that may come up. But yeah, I'm so excited for today.
Well, thank you for joining me, Glisha. I know your schedule is crazy. You produce your own music. Tell me about how producing your own music helps you bring your music out there, because you have lots of beautiful music that's streaming hundreds of thousands of views.
Thank you. Yes, I do produce and co-produce my own music. It's been such a great creative outlet for me because growing up, I sang a lot and I sang a lot of cover songs, and for a big chunk of my childhood, that's all I performed. And then when I got into writing my own songs, it was really cool for me to learn all about producing and recording and having the song that I wrote on a page turn into a recorded track that people can enjoy and listen to. And yeah, definitely after producing my own song by myself, I was really inspired to go to school for it and enhance the craft even more. And then through my schooling, I met some wonderful, wonderful producers that I work with on the regular now as well. And we do just love to get together and make music together. And yeah, it's been really great just learning all about that. And I feel like it has definitely helped me as an artist, just because I can so easily just put my creative vision onto like a track that people can listen to.
You're able to actually pour your heart into your work, and because you know the technique, you're skilled. You were self-taught before you even went to school. How do you learn all of this music production thing? You were very young.
Yeah, I just learned through YouTube, and then trial and error. I remember my first like music software was Reaper, which was free at the time, and so I sort of practiced on that first, and then once I started going to music school, I sort of advanced in my workspace, and I bought some more like more expensive software and stuff that is very useful to me today.
Your first song, your debut song, that's Over Myself, right?
Yeah, correct. That is the
I
one.
honestly love that song. It really speaks about your genre and it matches your voice so beautifully. Did you produce that yourself?
Yes, I actually found a an instrumental beat online that was from a different producer, but I did kind of change it up a little bit and arranged it. So I would say that I co-produced it, but I did produce all the vocals by myself, and I actually just recorded it in my room and mixed and produced it sort of through my laptop, and then I released it.
What do you think is the biggest attribute of that song that got people so engaged and got so many streams? Because it is, for someone like you were very new and that was your first song. And then you just got all these people listening to you. So tell me, which countries were the first ones that listened to you, or maybe your biggest audience, right? And what do you think captured
Mhm.
your listeners most?
I think what drew people in was the songwriting behind it. Over Myself is a song about getting over a heartbreak where you felt like you constantly prioritized the other person, leading to you not prioritizing yourself. And I feel like that message can be applied to so many different things, whether it's romantic relationships or friendships or familial relationships, taking back what was once yours and being strong for yourself and knowing when to leave a situation or a toxic person or something like that. The first countries actually to kind of find the song and really blow it up were actually a lot of countries in Southeast Asia. So the Philippines and Indonesia as well. I had a lot of streams from Indonesia. So yeah, big love to all of my Southeast Asians. I'm a Filipina and I'm very proud to be. So yeah, it was amazing seeing that.
Well, you make us really, really proud of you. You are very young, and that's a combination of wisdom and talent and skill and passion. Where do you get your passion from?
I get my passion and my inspiration just from everyday life, I think. I write a lot about personal experiences, but I also really love movies and books. So sometimes I will also draw inspiration from other people's stories, just through watching and observing other people's art.
That's cool. I think that's an inherent talent of yours because you're 21, right? So you don't really have so much experience, compared to those who are in their 30s or 40s. So
For
who've gone
sure.
through a lot of struggle and pains. And I know how you're very protected by your parents. And here you are relating with these people, feeling their pain and creating sad songs or empowering songs from all your imagination. And, so that takes a lot of, observation, right? You have that skill in you. And I'm not surprised because you're multi-awarded. And I know I've seen you at some of the events getting your awards, and the 2019 Joey Awards, and then you have the Fraser Valley Music Awards and all the many other
Yes.
awards. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel just like so joyful and so enamored and honestly just very proud of myself. Just because I feel as though I've come a very long way. And it's so great to see that all my hard work is being recognized and being rewarded by these amazing organizations.
How do you approach a nomination?
I try to come in with it with the lowest expectations possible, just because I don't want to disappoint myself. But obviously, it's very exciting getting a nomination. But I know that I'm being put against so many other amazing artists, and truly, I just yeah, I just love seeing that and seeing who else is there and meeting everyone and
The fact that you're nominated is already a confirmation of your talent, right? Of the value
exactly.
that you contribute to the community and to the music industry. And for you to get an award, it's just telling you that, yes, you are the best. And I know you'll always say that everyone is just as good, knowing you as a person, but it just confirms that you are actually excelling in your field. And you actually even accomplished a lot during the pandemic. And how did you manage to get your artistry out there during the COVID pandemic?
Thank you, Tita, for all the kind words. Yes, COVID did affect me as a musician. I think many musicians alike can say the same thing, but I think maybe the biggest hit that affected me was that there was no live music for a long time. Um, yeah, it was quite hard to find live gigs and stuff like that, and for a while it was just impossible with the restrictions and stuff like that. Thankfully, I had a lot of opportunities to do online performances. Yeah, so live online performances, pre-recorded performances, and then I even had a Zoom performance once with Jack.org, and they are a Canadian organization for youth mental health. I wrote a lot of my album in the pandemic, and so I felt that it had to be very intimate. It was just me and my co-producer, Goodwater Remy, and then just a few other people who came in to do some session work for me to record violin and record piano.
Even your staycation, oh my gosh, the beat. It's like
I know, it's
you seem
dancey.
like you were enjoying the pandemic. It's like, yes, let's all stay home.
Yeah.
Were you bored or were you just, how did that come about, your staycation song?
For that one, I think I was just bored. Yeah, just like stuck at home, nothing to do. Staycation came from a place where I was feeling like I really wanted to travel, and I really miss traveling because me and my family we like to travel a lot, and so we couldn't for a while. And so I wrote Staycation. I thought of all the places that I wanted to go to and all the places that really inspire me, and I was like, I'm gonna write a song about these places. So yeah, that's basically the story of Staycation.
When you really have the passion, nothing's going to stop you. You can always produce. There's no reason to not be productive. Somehow we are thankful because then you have Zoom, and then you had an alternate portal for your performance, right? What are the distinct differences? Like, how do you prepare for an online performance and a live performance?
I think maybe the biggest difference is that you don't feel the energy from a crowd when you're doing an online performance. When I'm performing live, it's very nice to have a crowd there and kind of feel their energy and feel like you're all in the room together and really just vibing with the music. I guess the nice thing about an online performance is that I feel a lot less nervous. And yeah, most times I just feel very comfortable because usually I'm just in like my little home studio with a camera and a microphone set up. And so it's less nerve-wracking for sure.
You can be affected by a very passive audience, but otherwise you can be empowered by a very active audience. And
Precisely.
your first, I think, your comeback to the live music scene, was that last Christmas when you sang?
Yes, that was the one. I performed at the Surrey Christmas tree lighting, and then I performed with my live band, and they're amazing. They're just this really close group of friends that I have. Yeah, we had such a blast performing. It was my first live performance in a while, and I was so happy to see so many people show up and enjoy the event as well as just my performance, because it was a beautiful venue.
I know you have lots of fans and you have lots of followers. Have you ever had that moment where somebody asks you for help or tips? And what are these usually?
Yeah, most of the time people ask me how I write my songs, or how I make my songs, kind of what are the steps. And I always tell them it's different every time. Sometimes the writing comes first, and I have this lyric in my head, and that comes first, and that starts the song. Other times there's a beat, and I really like the beat, and I kind of write to the beat. Other times it's both simultaneously, and so I think that is probably one of the most common questions. People are very interested to know what the creative process is like. I do get a lot of questions just asking like how to get yourself out there, and I tell them, you know what, put on a brave face and just do it. There's no right or wrong really. Just be yourself, and when you put out content, make sure to be yourself. I think that really attracts the right kind of audience for you, and it's a lot better than kind of faking who you are. Making music can be a very vulnerable process, and a lot of people may feel scared to really write authentically or put your authentic self out there on social media. But a lot of the music that really makes us feel something is music that is authentic and music that is really written from the heart and is full of feeling. And so I would say to anybody who kind of wants to get started in the singer-songwriter career is to not be afraid to share your experiences and really be vulnerable, because that is what music is all about, is sharing your story and helping others through it and really listening to one another. And in terms of fear of hate on social media and stuff like that, I would just say to really hone in on the people that matter to you the most. Obviously, strangers can say whatever they want behind a screen on social media, but if you have a really supportive friend group or family, and you know that these people know the real you and that they love you, then those are the people that you need to focus on, and not the strangers hiding behind the screens, because this is your life, and ultimately you want to surround it with people who love you. And I know we have